Hey guys, it's Siobhan with ToKittyandBeyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing 2021 year ahead readings. So these are going to be very in-depth, month by month look at the energies of what 2021 holds for all of the signs, and this is for Capricorn. So that can apply to Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever Capricorn placement drew you to this video, because there's probably some messages here for you. So just keep in mind that these are general readings for the collective. So just take what messages do resonate with you and leave the rest that don't. We're also working with future probabilities here. So keep in mind that these are energies that you can change and shift. Nothing is set in stone. This is just for the purpose of guidance, clarity, and insight into the energies of the year ahead. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards and we will see you in the reading, Capricorn. All right, hi Capricorn, welcome to your 2021 year ahead reading. Let's go ahead and jump into the cards for January. Right off the bat, you guys have the Judgment card. So there may be some judgment calls that you're needing to make in January. This could also be an awakening of some kind, like a call to duty almost, is what I'm sensing from this. No, not the video game, like an actual call to duty, some kind of service that you're being called up to kind of stand in the power and show up like that in the world. So let's see what other cards you have in January. You have the Knight of Swords. So this could be in the realm of communication, or there may be some information or communication that comes in January to kind of bring some element of awareness that can help you to make this judgment call. It feels like you're moving really quickly with your thoughts and with your communication. So you might actually be receiving a lot of communication that will help you to achieve this goal, whatever it is. Well, it has to do with prosperity, and I'm not surprised to see this card, Capricorn, because you guys tend to be all about prosperity, abundance, money, physical things, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of being a human. It's part of living within this reality, and prosperity is something that can help us to stand in our empowered self. So prosperity lies ahead for you, which is the new moon in Taurus. So the next card you guys have is Kiwi for January. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. So you have an opportunity here to re-engage with your physical self, to create some prosperity and some movement forward. I feel like this is going to help you to come to a decision, maybe walking, getting yourself moving and meditating in that way, just kind of mulling over your thoughts will help you to come to a conclusion as to what next action you're going to be taking, what judgment call you're going to be making. You also have higher power. So this is a higher power that's coming in to direct you or calling you into action. The Judgment card can be that exact sort of description. It's like a higher power that comes down and wakes you up. It's a rebirth of some kind. It's you calling in your higher power as well to be able to utilize that to reckon with your past, reconcile, heal, and move forward, taking action to really level up your journey and complete something of value along the way. Your time to shine, Capricorn. So Ascended Master Helios and Citrine, this is very Capricornian energy. It's very solar plexus, which is all about creating order, organization, structure, self-confidence, being able to take action, very Capricornian traits, so to speak. So this is your time to shine. Use that higher power, connect through meditation, allow that higher power to come in, channel through you, and essentially just surrender to that process, because it's going to help you to really come into your own in a really powerful way. So let's look at what's going on in February. You have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So the Nine of Wands in reverse can mean that you're taking action. You're moving forward again, fearlessly, courageously, allowing yourself to surrender to that judgment energy and using it to propel you forward instead of fearing what has happened in the past. It's like that reckoning was able, rather, I should say, the reckoning gave you the ability to end those past patterns, to reconcile with those past versions of you that are no longer who you are anymore. And the fear that came with them is now left behind as well. You have the Eight of Swords here too. So some of that fear was in the mind. Some of that was illusions that you were creating for yourself. Maybe that's what that Judgment card is coming in to change. It feels like you're using your intuition in a new way. Like you've been using your mind for so long that maybe sometimes that started to play tricks on you and you rationalized it. And maybe even sometimes it worked for you, but along the line, somewhere, something got a little off track. And now it's like you're coming out of that, you're freeing yourself and being able to see things clearly again. Oh my God, yeah, exactly. So the next card is look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So being able to see that from a bird's eye view instead of feeling trapped and stuck with those swords surrounding you and the blindfold on and being bound like that. You're freeing yourself, seeing the bigger picture and being able to move forward out of the fear that may have been limiting you and constricting you in the past. You have Humpback Whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So connect to sound as a healing modality. It could be through crystal sound bowls, solfeggio scale music. It could even just be regular music that you listen to that you really enjoy and empowers you in some way. Maybe it's you're getting messages through music. I just got that coming through, so you guys might pay attention to lyrics and songs. You might even have repeating songs that you're waking up in the morning with, or things that kind of just get stuck in your head. Pay attention to the lyrics of that song, because there might be deeper meaning there that's bringing healing to you to help you see that bigger picture. Time to go, Capricorn. So this is kind of a card of walking away. It reminds me of the Eight of Cups. So you had that Eight of Swords energy. It's like you're walking away from an old way of thinking that was keeping you stuck in that, that circle of swords. It's all in your head. It was all in your head. And it's like you realized that by reconciling with those past versions of yourself that believed those things, and that judgment, that higher power came in and gave you the ability to see this the bigger picture, this wider scale of what was actually going on. And now it's like you're changing things up in your life with that realization. You might even realize that something needs to go, or that it's time for you to go from a situation, to follow your vision. Archangel Michael and Lapis Lazuli. Archangel Michael helps you cut things off. He's also a very protective archangel, so he can help you to cut cords. He can help to protect your energy, your space, your home. He's really great for anything when it comes to communication, protection, and letting things go. So that time to go card and Archangel Michael here helping you to release something so that you can, again, see that bigger picture with that vision. It's like you're gaining this huge level of vision that you haven't had before. Maybe you're even awakening your third eye. Lapis Lazuli can help you to do that if you work with that crystal. Perhaps this would be a good month to pick up some Lapis Lazuli, or to use some if you already have it, to awaken that vision. Okay, so let's look at what's going on in March. Wow, you have the Two of Cups from the Cat Tarot. So I like this because their tails are intertwined and they're sharing their bowl of food or water or whatever it is. Presumably water, because it's cups. So water represents emotions, cups represent emotions, and the Two of Cups is about an emotional union of some kind. So this could be anything from you creating a union within yourself and those dualistic sort of aspects of your mind and your emotions from the past. Could also be a soulmate union or connection, a mutual give and take or give and receive of love. Being able to connect to this new level of love with the expanded vision that you guys have gained. You also have the Eight of Pentacles here. I don't know why I almost said Eight of Cups. That's very time to go energy. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work. It's keeping your head down, studying something, practicing something, really honing your skills. It does feel like you are improving at whatever you've been working on. It could be something to do with relationships here, a skill that you've been practicing when it comes to relationships. The cards are all falling off my lap onto the floor. So yeah, it's like a skill that you've been practicing and working on to be able to it's like, yeah, to be able to function more efficiently, or to have a healthier dynamic within your relationships. You also have meditate and contemplate. So you've had 2 meditation messages come through this year already, in January and in March. So meditation could be something that will be really beneficial for you, Capricorn. I know that the earth signs, depending on where it falls in your chart, can have a tendency to kind of have an aversion to meditation or have difficulty meditating in a traditional sense. I think that's why the Kiwi card was there. Like, meditation for you doesn't have to look like sitting still in the lotus pose and, oming. It can really be very physical and practical for you. Meditation and contemplation could come from working out, from walking, from dancing, from singing, from listening to music. It doesn't have to be the traditional form of meditation, because that's just not in alignment with that earthy energy. It's like, it needs to be more practical, it needs to be more hands-on, it needs to be more physical. So embrace that, whatever works for you, and it's going to help you to gain some level of awareness to this meditation and contemplation. It's like, it's solidifying the learning that you're doing, and it feels like it's bringing you a lot of insight. You have Pueo, I don't know, Hawaiian owl. Okay, so it says your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. So that meditation and that contemplation is going to help you to receive this wisdom. And what does the owl do? It sees really, really well in the dark. So it's being able to see into the darkness of your own mind, into the shadow, and reveal the truth and the wisdom that lies within. That's that judgment that we had in January coming through the course of this year with that power and that energy. So listen and pay attention for signs, omens, synchronicities, symbols that keep repeating, words in songs, things like that. Pay attention to numbers as well, or any intuitive messages you get in your body or during those meditation states that you are using to your benefit. You have fork in the road. Okay, so in March, there may be an option, 2 options, I should say. 2 options which may take you in different directions. And there's an opportunity here on either side. So it feels like you're kind of just assessing which road will be the most in alignment with you and what you want and what you're looking for out of this life for yourself. So this fork in the road, I feel like it might be a little bit of a standstill for you. It's kind of like you come to this point in your journey and you're like, well, what do I do now? So I think that owl is really going to come in and help you, because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little owl sitting on this, like, I don't know, is this a deer? Is it an alpaca? Is it a llama? It kind of looks like a mix of those things. But the owl is there to help guide you, to bring you that insight, that wisdom, to see in the darkness of the unknown. So seeing into the future potentials and potentially like feeling out your way of how to get to where you want to go. And you have the Untamed as well. Goddess Freya and Amber. So again, you have another solar plexus stone. Amber's solar plexus could be sacral as well, but I'm feeling it more in the solar. So this is very organized, efficient, action-oriented energy. Goddess Freya, I don't know too much about her, but I feel like she's a warrior goddess. So if you guys know anything about Goddess Freya, let me know in the comments below. But I'm getting the sense that she's like a warrior goddess of some kind. Possibly Viking. So I feel like you guys are really, it's like you come to this crossroads, and the higher power you've been channeling and tuning into, and all the work you've been doing and all the love you've been channeling into your life is now, it's like it roars to the surface, and it's like this way, this way, this way, and it calls you forward in a really almost wild way. It's like in the past you would be very methodical about what you were doing, and this time it's like, no, that time has come and gone, and now it's about following your passion unabashedly, completely, and irrevocably, but in a good way. It's like there's no turning back, there's no going down that old comfortable road. It's like this is my time, and I'm going to unleash my true power. That's, oh my God, Capricorn, you guys feel super powerful right now. Okay, so let's look at April. You have the Four of Wands. So this is a commitment of some kind, a celebration, a new level of achievement. It feels like, yeah, it feels like massive amounts of power is what it feels like. And it feels like there's worship of some kind. It's like maybe you're even showing up as like a god in your life, and people are looking at you and going, oh my God, like, how did you do that? You're so amazing. It's like this new level of commitment that you've put into this vision that you have, into your authenticity, and really showing up as the powerful force of nature that you are, that you're like, it's like people see that and they're praising you for it, or they want to be involved in it, or they want to celebrate with you. So it's beautiful, really nice positive energy. And you have the Seven of Swords, right as I say, nice positive energy. Seven of Swords comes creeping in here, trying to steal everything away again. I think that's to do with some of those old fears and old programs of self-doubt is what I'm picking up from this. It's not like a betrayal from anybody else, like I do pick up on sometimes for other signs, or in other readings. This is very internal. This is self-doubt. So pay attention to areas within your mind that those old sort of survival mechanisms or knee-jerk reactions or fears start to come up to the surface, and try to limit your power in some way. And it's like a fail-safe mechanism to try. The reason it was there in the first place was to try and protect you from your own power, because at some point in your journey you learned that being powerful was dangerous for you. Now that's not true. That was the experience. Maybe sometime in childhood or in a past life you got punished for being powerful, for speaking your truth, for standing up, for being untamed. But in this life, it's about you standing in that energy, fully embracing it and embodying it and being the powerful force of nature that you are. So this doubt, this fear, this self-sabotage, when it comes up, just pay attention to it, because the observance of it, the awareness of it, is a huge step forward. Whether or not you actually start going back into those patterns, even if you do, it's still progress, because guess what? You're actually aware of it this time. And that shows how far you've come and how much more you can go forward with that awareness. So it's not a bad thing. I feel like, if anything, it's an achievement that you've gotten to a level to be able to be aware of that, those old patterns, those fears, those limitations and self-sabotage things. Yay, you guys have a new start is coming, which is a new moon energy. So this is a brand new beginning, setting new intentions, letting go of some of those things from the past that were limiting you. That's exactly what I was sensing. It's like, it's not anything in your external environment. It's completely internal. And the celebration is actually there because you've achieved that new level of awareness and you're freeing yourself from those patterns. So this is a new start that you can really embrace positively with intention. Snow leopard, take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. So this is kind of like the hermit energy, and it's kind of just saying, it's necessary sometimes to pull back. Sometimes it's necessary to take action and go outwards. It's like everything needs to be balanced, and maybe at some point this month it would be beneficial for you to just spend some time by yourself and really connect to where you're at, what your needs are, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Connect to your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, your angels, and yourself. Essentially, just really connect to yourself. And solitude can help you to do that, especially if you find yourself constantly surrounded by people. Poised. Wow, Capricorn, this is a powerful year for you. Like I keep saying, I keep using or hearing the term in my head, force of nature. You really feel like a force of nature. So you're poised right on the brink of something really profound for yourself. So take some time to be able to kind of discover what that is by feeling into that power that you have, because you're right on the brink. Her eye ever open. Well, that's very connected to that vision energy that you had in February. So in April, it's like your eye is opening even more. That third eye is really awakening, and you're activating those gifts of truth, vision, increased intuitive abilities, access to psychic information, clairvoyance, All of these things are coming in and it's activating that power within you. Maybe you shut that power down for fear of it. I see that a lot with clients who I work with in the Akashic Records and doing Reiki sessions. A lot of time in past lives, or even in the past from this life as a child, we were taught that those gifts were something that would not be safe for us to express. People would tell us that they were wrong, or that we were lying, or that it wasn't true, or that we were imagining it and making it up. Or even worse, in past lives, sometimes we got persecuted for it, we got killed for it, we got put in jail for it. So, there's a lot of fear programming around really standing in your power, but I feel like you guys are, you're taking the necessary steps to be able to actually do that in this life. And it's almost like it feels destined. I don't know if the Wheel of Fortune is going to come up or anything like that, but it feels very destined for you guys. It's like this is something that you have come to a conclusion of at soul level, and within this incarnation, it's like it's going to happen because you've decided at soul level it's going to happen. So let's look at January, February, March, April, May. May, you have the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands is kind of like feeling really heavily burdened. There's a lot going on. Maybe you've taken on a lot of responsibilities, or this power is coming with a lot of extra responsibilities. That's what it is. It's like life is asking you to level up because you've chosen that you want more. Right? So it's like it comes with it. Now there's maybe some things that you can delegate or let go of that you don't need to hold on to. Maybe some of these responsibilities actually aren't your responsibilities. So it will be up to you to kind of discern what you can let go of, what you can delegate, what you can kind of cross off your list, and what actually is really important for you to help you stand in your power by taking on this responsibility. You have the Four of Wands again. So you've had this card 2 times already this year. And the Four of Wands is such a happy, like structured, stable celebration type of energy. It's an achievement of some kind, and it's a celebration of that achievement. It's a group of people coming together and really honoring how far you've come, or this new level of commitment that you're putting in to what it is that you want. It's like a stable home, a stable new business. It's like a project that's coming to this new level of completion, and you're like debuting this new aspect of it or something like that. It can even be a marriage celebration where it's like the completion of the romantic courtship phase, and then you're celebrating the fact that you're committing on a deeper level for the rest of your lives. Like there's so much commitment and stability in this energy, and it's so Capricorn. Like it's so you. It's very stable, it's very grounded, and it's very practical, but at the same time so powerful and exuberant and beautiful. So own it, Capricorn. I love it. I love this energy for you. This yellow is again solar plexus. You guys are really coming into your sense of self, your self-confidence, your personal power this year. You and your loved ones are safe, Capricorn. So this is the new moon in Cancer, another new moon energy. So pay attention to the new moons in each month. They may be assisting you in creating and manifesting these results and activating your power within. Your loved ones are safe as you do this. So you especially are safe as you do this. I think some of that protection and that fear was there to kind of keep this soft interior safe, but you're very strong, you're very powerful, you have a lot of resources at your disposal. So just know that you're safe, and that whatever you choose to do in this life, you'll be protected, and so will your loved ones. Okay, you have chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your question. So it's balancing the mind and the emotions, the psychic abilities that you guys are awakening in combination with your logical, linear, rational mind. And that's what you guys are more used to using. I mean, depending on, if Capricorn is your sun, your moon, your rising, or if you have multiple Capricorn aspects, it can be different for everybody. So just take it how it resonates for you and what your natal chart is like. But I feel like this intuition is something that's a little bit foreign to you. It's not completely out there. You have had strokes of psychic genius in the past, and you kind of even like surprised yourself with that. But I feel like this is like a whole new level of that. It's like every day, and it's every night, and it's just like it's all around you, and you're so feeling so connected and so powerfully. You know, it's like you're able to control your reality. You're able to set an intention and see what the potentials are for that, what you need to do, and then you manifest it right away. It's like really super powerful psychic energy. Treasure Island, Capricorn. Ah, I love it. You guys are getting so much rich, powerful, beautiful manifestations of these results from the power that you're gaining. So it's like I feel like you're calling up ancient wisdom within you. This sea turtle is really drawing my attention. I feel like the sea turtle lives for a really long time, and so there's this ancient knowledge that you guys are calling up from past lives, specifically, is what I'm hearing, that you are going to be unearthing within you from your emotional, intuitive, psychic nature that has lain dormant for quite some time. So that's coming through really strongly. You guys are activating within you a new level of abilities that will help you to spread love and shine your light to the world. So it feels like a light worker activation. It feels like service to others, which can be that's what the numerology of 9 can represent, along with closure, endings, you know, wrapping things up. So I feel like this is like it's an ending and a new beginning, in that you're really activating these gifts within you through the power that you've been honing, and you're starting to actually get the treasure from the work that you've been doing. Melt into divine desire, Capricorn. Goddess Pele and Lava Stone. Goddess Pele is like this super powerful, fiery energy, and she is able to transform anything. She's this beautiful alchemizer, and the lava stone is super grounding and purifying. So it's root chakra energy in this card, and it could be sacral chakra as well, melting into divine desire and some of the pleasures of the physical realm. So you guys might be having some actual treasures show up in your life this month, and your higher self, your soul, is actually calling you to allow yourself to enjoy those things. I feel like you guys are sometimes super driven to achieve and achieve and achieve, and maybe sometimes you don't stop to enjoy what you're achieving. I think that's a really important message for you, Capricorn, is to allow yourself to enjoy some of these things, and to at the same time hold that desire for new things. That's fine too, but really allow yourself to melt into what you've created, because it's beautiful and you deserve it. Okay, so we are on to June now. You guys have the Justice card. So Justice is about balance. It's about fairness. It's legality, morality, integrity. I feel like you guys are getting, what's the word? Like retribution, but it's for you. So it's not like against you. It's like you're getting what's been due to you for a long time. It's like the scales of justice are finally balancing out. It's like you've deserved this fairness all along, and maybe situations or circumstances really weren't that fair before, or you felt like they weren't. And it was based on past karmic choices, beliefs, and patterns, but now that you've actually kind of taken this into your own hands, I feel like it's changing and it's shifting so that the scales are now in your favor. You have the Hierophant here, so another earthy energy. This could be Taurus coming in, a Taurus person, or just you activating this energy of the Hierophant within you. The Hierophant is like belief systems and structures. It's also higher learning, knowledge, and it can bridge into like dogma and yeah, that kind of thing. But I feel more for you guys that it's connected to you creating balance through these new beliefs that you've cultivated, or learning some kind of a new way of thinking that creates more balance in your life. It's like when there's a lot of change, you need structures to be able to control that, to be able to regulate that. And I feel like you've learned a lot of new skills, talents, abilities, information, beliefs that are helping you to create order and to regulate your life and some of the change and the power that you've been gaining. You have don't let pride get in the way. Full moon in Leo. So Leos can sometimes be a little bit prideful. If there's any Leos here, please don't take that offensively. It's not a bad thing. But this pride can kind of come up and create some resistance or some feels like stubbornness, because we did have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, and Taurus can be very stubborn as well. Again, no shade to Taurus, no shade to Leo. You know, we all have our kind of dysfunctional aspects. I don't know. But yeah, this is like an energy of needing to kind of temper some of those old beliefs or egoic sort of pride so that it doesn't become your downfall, because in the past maybe it did. Maybe that ego was creating resistance for you and it caused you to get into conflict with other people or to lose opportunities or to just really diminish your power. So allow yourself to be humble in the presence of this new level of power that you have. That's really important. That's part of the responsibility that comes with power, is not to let it go to your head. And you have Octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. So you might be changing, because you've changed your beliefs so significantly. Maybe you're even changing the way that you look. Maybe you're getting a new haircut or a new style, getting some new clothes, changing your car, changing your environment, changing your work even. It's like you're shifting who you are to sort of reflect who you've become inside. It's like the old you is no longer there. You've called that version of you up. You've settled that score and you've released that. It's no longer within you. I mean, it is, but it's no longer limiting you in the way that it used to. So now you're really showing up as this new version of you. And some of that could be, you know, your physical appearance, and maybe you're just really feeling yourself in June and you're like, yeah, I'm looking good. Maybe you've been working out, Capricorn. Maybe that's how you meditate. And this physical appearance is starting to reflect that. But again, just be humble with it. Stay grounded, down to earth. I mean, you guys are earth signs. That's what you're good at. But just keep it really humble and feel the gratitude for this shift that you've been able to make. Milk and honey, Capricorn. Yes, you guys are getting a lot of nourishment, abundance, blessings showered on you. Milk and honey is like everything that you need. It's the sweetness of life, and it's being able to enjoy that sweetness of life and take a moment to dive into it, to melt into divine desire, right? We had that in the last month. So it's like this is really showing up here again, enjoying the fruits of your labors and all of the energy you've been putting in to really shifting yourself, and therefore shifting and changing your reality too. And you have individuality. So I feel like you are changing the way that you see yourself in a really big way. You're coming into your authentic individuality. And like I was saying before, this could result in you guys changing your belief structures, changing your appearance, changing kind of everything that doesn't align with you anymore. It's like you've shifted, you've evolved. And that old shell, that old casing is no longer fitting you. It's too small. It's like the hermit crab is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I'm seeing a hermit crab that has outgrown the shell that it was in before, and so it has to cast it off and go look for a new one, and it finds one that's big and beautiful, and it puts that on, and it's like, yes, this is the new me. This feels more like me. It's much more my size. So this is you guys really stepping into your individuality. Again, you have another third eye chakra crystal with labradorite here. So I feel like you guys are really activating your divine connection. Labradorite can also be the throat chakra. So you guys are activating your ability to connect, communicate, and channel that information from the divine. Excuse me. Okay. So let's look at what's going on for July. You have the Emperor, Capricorn. This is awesome. The Emperor is this huge, powerful energy. He's the ruler of everything. Oh my God, excuse me. I keep burping because I ate before this. I might cut that out. So the Emperor is here to really show you where your power is. The emperor is the ruler. He's the king of kings. He rules and governs the empire. And empires are not just a kingdom, it's all of them together. So it's like you rule all the land. As far as the eye can see, Simba. You guys are really empowering yourself and standing in this emperor energy, creating structures, creating stability, standing in your power, standing up for what you believe in. And standing in that individuality that sets you apart from the crowd and makes you a ruler. You're a leader, Capricorn. Three of Pentacles is here too. So lots of energy of creating, working, building, mastering something, stepping up, being noticed. It's your time to shine. That's what I'm seeing with the card right above it is your time to shine. And now you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is being noticed for your hard work, being appreciated or sought out for your hard work, working with other people, collaborating, making things, you know, cohesive and come to a point of where like things can work together. So it feels like the Emperor and the Three of Pentacles are kind of like saying, when you work with other people, you can create harmony in your empire. It's like you've learned these skills, you've honed your talent, and now it's like what you can do with yourself and with others to be able to share that and create more stability in your work, in your home, in your relationships, in every area of your life that's in need of more stability. You also have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So this month, the Emperor is the Aries card as well. So you guys have a lot of Aries energy coming up in July. So use that fire, that passion, that leadership to help you to have the courage to take action. I feel like that's what's going to be happening. It's very action oriented in leadership, like a leadership position or taking like a leadership role in a team. It's like, you know, there's a whole bunch of people who are kind of working together, but you adopt that role of a leader. It's like you take charge, you direct things, you make sure that everything is covered and that everything is structured. Everybody has their role to play, and maybe even you're all equal. Maybe you're not the one sitting up on top, but you're still the one kind of directing things and leading this group. You have Mouse, and it came out in reverse. So let's see. Mouse says you're overlooking some important details, so pay close attention to what's going on. The fact that it came out in reverse, though, I feel like you have all the details that you need now. I think maybe you didn't in the past, but you've come across them. You've kind of sniffed them out. You've sought the answers from within yourself, and you've actually listened and you've done the work. And now you have that information, so you do have what you need to be able to be the leader in this situation. Soulmates, Capricorn. So there may be a soulmate connection that you are working with, perhaps in your work or just in your life. It's creating this kind of balance for you, being a leader in that relationship as well. You know, if you're a man standing in that masculine energy, if you're a female standing in that feminine energy, or vice versa, you know, it doesn't have to be female, female, male, male. It can be female, male, male, female. Female, female, male, male. I don't know. No like judgment here, like no restrictions. You guys do your thing. But I feel like this soulmate card is so, it just feels very beautiful and connected. And there's information in this relationship that helps you to really stand in your power and become a leader in your life and in the lives of others. So it shall be. Ascended Master Babaji and Diamond. So it feels like you guys have been a diamond in the rough for a really long time, and you're actually starting to see each little precision cut that you've made, and you've cleaned up and you've polished yourself over the course of the past couple of years is what I'm feeling, and you're actually showing up as a diamond now. And that's why things are shifting for you, is because you're able to show off all of the work that you've put in, and you're showing up in the world in this authenticity, this clarity, this alignment. It's like you're refracting light in such an efficient way that you're able to lead and guide others to their own truth, helping them to see their own truth through that vision. So let's see what's going on in August. You guys have the Three of Pentacles again. So you just had it in July too. So there's a lot of energy of collaboration, teamwork, working together, building something, taking a leadership position in a team sort of environment, and stepping into that power of being able to express and master your skill. You also have the Three of Wands. So you've got two threes here, Three of Pentacles and Three of Wands. This feels very business oriented to me. It feels like you guys are standing in your power and your leadership position when it comes to some kind of work that you do. Maybe you are even getting a promotion, or you've expanded your business, or you're like the head of a team now, something like that. It feels like you guys are really standing in your power. Maybe you're just marketing yourself more and showing what you can do, and you're getting a lot of attention for that, it feels like. You also have a time for healing here, the balsamic moon. So this could be something to look at when it comes to healing. Let's see what other cards come up in regard to that. So we'll see. Goose, take time to rest and recuperate rather than continuing to strive. Okay, so with the healing card that we just had, and then this one, it's like you've put in so much work, you guys. Like, do you have any idea? I mean, you do have an idea of how much work it takes to make a raw diamond into a physical diamond. You guys have been through so much pressure. You've been through so much change. You've put a lot on yourself. You know, you had that Ten of Wands energy. There was a lot of responsibility, power, pressure, and expectations that you've set for yourself, and maybe even that you perceived other people to set for you. But it's like you've come all this way, Capricorn. You finally made it here. And now you have the ability to just rest. I know that it's not in your nature to do that. I know you want to go, go, go all the time. You want to achieve. You want to get things done. You want to have a plan of action. You want to be organized. You want to be productive. But Capricorn, there's only so much you can do realistically. You're human still, right? You have this higher power, you have this vision, you have this gift, but you're still human and your body needs to rest. So take some time to do some physical healing this month, maybe even just taking a vacation. Yeah, take a vacation, Capricorn. You deserve it. You work hard. You deserve to be happy, happy, happy. So take a vacation, take some time off, do what you want to do, because you've really worked hard to achieve this level of stability and recognition and mastership and leadership. So yeah, you've earned it. Let yourself have that. Please let yourself have that, because I can tell you you've earned it, but you've got to believe that you've earned it to be able to let yourself have that time to rest and heal and enjoy, you know, just not always moving towards the next goal. Yeah, empowered service. Okay, so you've got service on the mind. You've got what you can do on the mind. How can I be productive? How can I give back? How can I show up? And that's great. And you've been doing that, and you are doing that, and you will continue to do that. So temper that with a little bit of self-healing and self-service too, right? You know, it's like you're running around doing all this stuff, and it's like you got to gas up your car too. Otherwise, you run out of gas and you're not really getting anywhere or doing anything for anyone else. But I feel like you guys are super standing in your power, and in doing that, in standing in your authenticity, in holding this vision that you have for your life and the success or the goals that you're trying to achieve, it's going to come to fruition. So shall it be. Empowered service. You guys are showing up as a light worker in your life. You're sharing this vision that you have. You're creating and manifesting results. You're working with other people. You're really being the leader. You're like forging a movement almost, it feels like. It's really a lot of powerful energy, you guys. I can't overstate that. Okay, so let's look at what's going on for September. You have the Two of Swords. Okay, so you guys might be just kind of contemplating what to do next. It feels very much like you've been go, 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 go all this time, and then you were kind of called to take a little break while still moving towards that empowered service here in August. But in September, it's like, okay, well, there's a little bit of a moment that you need to be able to make a decision about something this month. The world is here. Okay, so you might be completing a cycle and now you're like, well, where do I go from here? It's like you've gotten to your goal. You've achieved your goal. I'm seeing in Entangled when she's like afraid to see the dream that she's been dreaming about for so long come to fruition, because she's like, well, what do I do then? And he's like, well, that's the fun part. You get to find a new dream. So that's for you, Capricorn. Oh, I just got shivers and tingles down my legs, which is always a sign of profound truth. So you guys are coming to this sense of completion in your life. You've been showing up in the world in a really powerful way. You've been in your empowered service, holding that vision, shining, showing up, being praised and honored for what you can do and what you are doing for others. And I feel like now it's like you've gotten there and you're like, now what? But again, that's the fun part. You get to choose what next, and it's anything that you want it to be. It's your life. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, Capricorn. So you guys are really good at the practicality aspects. Spirituality might be something a little more foreign to you, or you could be on the spirituality side. Who knows? Maybe you have difficulty getting grounded and being practical. Everyone's different. Every Capricorn is different. So just take it how it resonates with you. But it's really just about balancing these two energies, however they're presenting in you, in your life. So use that Pisces energy, this full moon in Pisces, to release anything that has been kind of throwing off the balance or the equilibrium between these two things. You have Seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Well, you had a time for healing in August as well. So August and September are time for emotional healing for you. It feels like very watery energy. That Pisces energy is there. Maybe there's a Pisces in your life. You know, this is so funny because my boyfriend's a Capricorn and I'm a Pisces. And so I'm just kind of like seeing these cards and going, oh my God, this totally resonates. So take it how it resonates for you. But this is a time for healing. And the Seagull is connecting with that ocean energy, which is also moon energy. So you guys are connecting to your subconscious mind, your emotional realm, and doing some really significant, profound healing work there by balancing your practical actions and your internal emotional needs. You have Truth Be Told. So you guys are really showing up in the world in a big way and speaking your truth. You're opening your heart and creating abundance through that flow of energy that you're welcoming in. It's like you've let down the barriers, you've polished off all of those fears that were keeping you in that like rough diamond state, and now you're showing up and you're so strong because diamonds are the strongest. You know, they cannot be broken. They can cut glass. So this is you guys really speaking your truth, showing up authentically and not being afraid to do that, or to look at some of those things within you if this is about emotional healing too. You also have Crossroads of Destiny in the reverse position. So I feel like you guys have made that decision because you did have the Crossroads earlier. I can't remember what month it was, but you guys will have seen it, so you'll know. But that Crossroads of Destiny is something that you've already traversed. You've crossed that crossroads. You knew which way to go. You followed your intuition, your inner guidance, that power that was calling you. And it's like you've gotten there. And in this month, you're kind of like, well, what do I do now? So take some time for yourself. Take some time to do some healing. Now it's like, you've done a lot of healing in the past, but healing never really ends. It just kind of keeps going and going. We just get new, deeper layers and awareness of things that we can reintegrate within ourselves. And each time we do that, we become more powerful because we are more whole, essentially. So let's look at what's going on for October. You guys have the Strength card. I love this because the last 2 months have been a little bit of like, take a break, pull back a bit. You guys have been doing great. Do some healing work for yourself. The Strength card is a confirmation of that. So in October, you've got a lot of power coming in. There's infinite ability that you have to be able to see what is right for you, feel what is right for you, and it feels like you're like subduing the subconscious mind that has been limiting you, or those fears from the past, or those things that were keeping you small. And you are roaring with your full might and your full power. It's like, again, force of nature. I should probably just call this video, "You're a force of nature," because you are. Like you're showing up huge this year. And I think that it's been a long time coming, but you haven't really fully felt this power in this way in your life. And it's like, it's groundbreaking for you. It's a whole new level of strength, Capricorn. And it's coming from the emotional healing you've been doing. So it's like, the more you emotionally heal, the stronger you get, the more clarity you get. You know, it's like chipping away all of the rock from outside of the diamond. It's like you're clarifying yourself, you're cleansing and purifying yourself. You're getting really, really strong. And it's a lot of emotional work. There's a lot of surrender to some of those unknowns and like the under realm and the underworld of the subconscious mind. But you've been doing it. You've been doing it over the course of this year, and especially within the last few months here in 2021. And it's showing up with that strength card. It's like, you have the strength, you have the power, you have the subconscious backing you up now. It's like that conscious mind. Your conscious mind is so powerful, Capricorn, that you were able to manifest results on that alone. And that was only like a fraction of your power. And then now you've healed the subconscious, and you've got that working in your favor too. So now you've like quadrupled your power, your resources, and you're like, it's an unprecedented level of manifestation, and it's absolutely like through the roof. I'm seeing it like blasting through the glass ceiling. So you guys are really transcending any former limitations that you experienced in your life. Okay. You have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. There's that Aries energy again. Maybe you have Aries in your chart. This is a leadership energy. This is a fiery energy that comes to fruition. It feels really powerful. It's like breaking through that glass ceiling. It's like that fiery climax is not something to be feared. It's like you breaking through the barrier. It's like you've it feels like you're coming out of orbit. Okay, no, not out of orbit. It's like you're going out of the atmosphere. It's like you've launched off of the ground, and now you're going up through the atmosphere, and it gets tougher kind of like as you're going because there's more resistance. And then finally you just break through, and the rocket gets released, and it's like, oh, finally you did it. That's what I'm feeling for you guys this month in October. You also have the spider, so trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. So you might have a sort of creative side project or something that you like to do for yourself when it comes to writing. Maybe you like to journal, maybe you like to write short stories, maybe you like to just storytell by speaking. Whatever it is, get your creativity flowing. The spider here can help you to create in a way that you actually don't have to do a whole lot, because spiders, they spin their web and then they just sit on it and wait, right? It takes an effort and time and skill, might I add, to build a web like that. But then once it's built, you just have to maintain it essentially and monitor it. It's like you're building something and then it kind of just starts to be able to work for you on its own. It's like residual income, or it's like passive income. It feels like passive income. Like you guys are creating something that's you're going to be able to leverage it to get a lot more for your effort, like than you've ever had before. That's what it feels like. Yeah, it's like you've broken through the barrier, and now that you're on the other side of it, everything is just coming to you a lot easier, and all of that work that you put in is now paying off in a huge way. No place like home. Oh, it's like the spider web is its home, and it works there and it lives there and it eats there and it's just happy there. So it's like you've got this home environment that you're feeling really connected to, and it's helping you to get grounded. But I like how this home is like up on this, what do you call it? Up on this thing. So it's like not even on the ground, but it is on the ground. This is the sense that I'm getting from you guys. It's like you're grounded, but at the same time, you're like way up there. So it's you've got your roots planted, but you've grown yourself all the way up into the stratosphere, and you've broken through the atmosphere, and those leaves that you've grown off of that tree are attracting all of the light from the sun without any interference from the atmosphere. Now I know that that's not actually how it works, and that would never be productive, but like in this metaphor, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. It's like you're accessing things a lot easier. Photosynthesis. Okay, so you guys have support, Archon Barbello, and Picture Jasper. I don't know either of these things. I don't know what Archon Barbello is or Picture Jasper. I do know Jasper has to do with some grounding properties, but that's about it. So if you guys want to look up any of these words and find out what they mean for you, then feel free. But I just feel like this is very supportive energy to help stabilize your home environment, plant those roots down, feel really protected and abundant in your home, in your family, in the life that you have, in your own physical body too. It just feels like you're just so grounded. You're just so in alignment with who you are at soul level, what your needs are, and what you came here to create, that it's like you are channeling God through you, Capricorn. You have become a vessel for your higher self to direct your life. And that's where that power is coming from. And that's how you're seeing all of these amazing results. So let's see what's going on in November. You have the Hermit card. You had the snow leopard earlier in the year here as well. So it feels like you've kind of come full circle. I think it was in February, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was in February, and now you're, you know, it was like the second month into the year and the second month to the end of the year, you are pulling inwards again. And I think this is a really good thing for you. It's important that you spend time with yourself, you listen to yourself, you feel your own feelings, and it helps you to get really super grounded with that, feel protected, feel safe, create that stability in your life. Now you do have the Seven of Cups here too. So there might be a couple of things that you're kind of feeling pulled in different directions on. It could be different emotions, and maybe that's why the Hermit is there, helping you to get more clarity on what's going on in the internal emotional space, because it's like there's a lot here and you're kind of confused, or there's a lot of options. So this Hermit energy can help you to get grounded and to look within, to find the wisdom to be able to make this decision that's going to be beneficial for you. You have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So there might be something that needs to be a little bit adjusted this month when it comes to emotions. It feels like there's just a lot going on in your emotional space, and maybe there's a requirement for you right now, or it would be helpful for you, I should say. It's not a requirement, but it would be helpful for you to identify some of those emotions and some of the kind of underlying motivations for them. It's kind of like piecing together a puzzle, looking at like, okay, what is this emotion? Where is it coming from? What's this emotion connected to it? Where is that coming from? Why do I want to do that thing so badly? Or why am I thinking or focusing on that? What's that emotional need connected to? All of that kind of stuff. So these adjustments are, again, it feels very emotional, subconscious healing that you guys have been doing over the course of this like summer to fall sort of months here. So yeah, adjustments. You got the dog as well. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Okay, so this makes sense now. The Seven of Cups is like there's too many options going on. There's too many emotional pulls or too many emotional things that are pulling you in different directions. And the dog is saying exactly that. He's like, your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. If you're paying attention emotionally to too many different things, then you're kind of spreading yourself thin. You know, it's like you're draining your resources by not honing in a little bit more into what specifically you want to do. It's like if there's like 7 things on the table, it's a little bit too much, right? You only have so much resources, even though you're connecting through this God source power energy. You still have like, it's be practical about it. You know what I mean? So just kind of identify where your emotional where your emotional space is kind of calling you this month. It's November, it's Scorpio season, so deep dive into that emotional space, into the underworld, and find out what's going on here when it comes to any misplaced loyalty or emotional drain that is maybe affecting you. Oh boy, okay, you have all that glitters. So this is all that glitters is not gold. So there might be some choices or some options that look really good on the surface. And so you're keeping them open as options, but again, it's like they're draining you, or maybe they're not what they actually appear to be. It feels like this is to do with work, not so much with relationships, but it could be either way. So just take it how it resonates. If there's something that seems a little bit too good to be true, and you're keeping it open as an option, but at the same time you kind of feel a hesitation towards it, and it's not coming from a place of fear or like past trauma, then yeah, that's something to pay attention to your intuition, because it's kind of giving you a little warning sign, like maybe this isn't exactly what you think it is. Maybe you just don't have all the information, or maybe you've kind of put your loyalty into something that's not really serving you all that well. This can also be about physical wealth and physical material things. Like maybe you've put a lot of stock in having this or having that or being able to do this. And it's like, yeah, but is that really that important? Is that really that important at the end of the day? You can't take that stuff with you, but guess what you do take with you? You take you with you. And the healing work you've been doing on yourself, your heart, your mind, your soul, that's what you take with you. That's really what is gold. Everything else is just glittery stuff. It doesn't really have value. I mean, some of it does, but the most part, the highest aspect of this is removing these masks and really seeing things for what they really are, which is from soul level. And you have sacred play. Okay, so maybe a good thing to do this month would be to just reconnect with what brings you joy. Like when you were a little kid, you didn't need all that fancy stuff to have fun. You just had fun with your own mind and your own self, maybe a couple of friends. That was it. I don't know about you guys, but like back in my day, we would just go ride bikes. Back in my day, we used to walk 10 miles uphill in the snow. Like, oh my God, I'm not that old, Siobhan, calm down. But like this sacred play, I feel like you guys are reconnecting with your inner child, and that's helping to free you from some of that fear. Okay, and last but not least, we have December 2021. So you guys have the Three of Swords here. So the Three of Swords is kind of a tricky energy of heartbreak and wounding in the heart, old mental sort of things that are kind of lingering around from past heartaches or experiences with love that really kind of left you in pain, wounded, grieving, feeling rejected, feeling at a loss, or feeling abandoned in some way. And you have the Devil card here as well. So it feels like self-limiting things from the past that were connected to that heartache. Maybe they're coming up one last final time, or who knows, maybe they'll come up even more times. So it doesn't matter, because the key here is really to embrace the process of healing these things. And you've been doing that, I feel like. So just keep doing what you were doing before. It's working. There's always room for adaptability and for learning. Especially when it comes to healing your heart. This could be a relationship. This could be a relationship where somebody is not necessarily in your best interest, or there's toxic patterns here, because that last month you did have all that glitters is gold, the Seven of Cups, you know, some of those other energies that are kind of indicating that maybe there's like a loyalty issue here with somebody that's not serving your best interests. So take that as it resonates. It could be a partnership, a colleague, a friendship, a family member even, you know, especially something from childhood. So kind of see how this plays out for you. But the real goal here is to empower yourself to not fall into those old cycles again. The answers you need are coming, Capricorn, full moon in Gemini. So you're going to get communication or information that you need about this situation to free yourself from that past heartache, from those old limiting toxic sort of beliefs about yourself in relation to other people. and in relation to power itself. Maybe it was, yeah, it's kind of like that old sort of wound that we were talking about before, where like you got persecuted or judged for standing in your authenticity and being an individual and like showing up in a really healed inner child kind of way, and that wounded you. And now there's going to be an opportunity to kind of get some more clarity on that so that that doesn't continue to play out into 2022. You have Mountain Goat in reverse. So the Mountain Goat says there's something out of balance in your life. So do whatever you need to do to correct it. Yeah, so it's like that there's a major imbalance here. Usually, you know, I can read the reversed cards in many different ways, but I feel like this is a major imbalance that has been there for a while, and maybe this was kind of like something that you've touched on before, and now it's just like it's time to really deal with it because you've purified all of those other sort of things that were there. You've cut away all of the rock around you, and now you're kind of diving into that really deep core of the diamond. And maybe there's like one last impurity down there that needs to kind of be brought to light so that you can get back into balance again, and again, really embracing your power through that healing process. To be fair, so this is kind of like the scales of justice. It feels like you're weighing up options of what would be fair for you and the other person. You could also be kind of seeing whether what's fair for you is offered or is on the table. It's important that both people's needs are met in the situation, so long as there's not like toxic patterns of like shaming or judgment or anything like that. If that's the case, then yeah, that needs to be addressed or removed from your life. But it feels very much like you're in a space to be able to create and enforce this balance. And the last card of 2021, Capricorn, is Rest. Archangel Remiel and Aragonite. So I don't know too much about these ones either, but the Rest card is pretty straightforward. Just rest. You guys have been through a lot this year and the year before, I feel like too, even though I didn't do a reading for that one, but it's been a long slog for you guys. So I feel like you guys need some rest. That was something that was coming up around August and September. So now in December, it's like, yeah, you really need a deep rest because some of those old triggers are coming up again. Maybe because you're tired, maybe because you've been pushing yourself and judging yourself for not having achieved the next level of the goal that you've kind of set for yourself. So give yourself the credit that you deserve. You've been putting in a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and you've achieved so much. Capricorn, you've achieved so much. Give yourself a little bit of a grace period here. Rest. Maybe even take another vacation. If you didn't take one before, take one now. You know, maybe December is going to be the option for that. Even if it's a staycation, just take some time for you. Okay, you deserve it. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for being here. If you guys would like any help and support in your healing journey as the divine soul that you are, you can reach out to me at services.ToKittyandBeyond@gmail.com for an intuitive tarot therapy session, a spiritual counseling session. I specialize in trauma healing from past and present life, as well as clairvoyant Reiki and soul realignment Akashic record readings to identify who you are at soul level, past life karmic patterns, and how to get yourself into alignment with your divine soul blueprint. So if you guys are interested in any of that, all of the information and pricing is in the description box below this video, and you can email me to book a reading or a session. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stick around for more. I'll be doing these year ahead readings once a year now, I've decided, and I'll also be doing month by month readings for all signs as well. So let me know if you guys, if you're still here and you're still listening to me talking, let me know if you want to see the all signs readings for each month, like all in separate videos, or if you want them to be in one video where I have timestamps and you can go and look for your sign, your sun, moon, and rising in that one video. Let me know what you guys prefer, because I feel like there's going to be like a preference there. So all right, thanks again, guys. I love you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.